Right now, the man not far from the translation spoke. He's from Yunzu called Africa U. Commander Chu, we've received too much information today. In such a short time, still haven't come up with a good idea. Maybe give us some time so that we can take a closer look at these documents, then discuss it. I agree with this proposal. Just watching it once, a lot of things I can't remember. It is also not convenient to speak. The other mutants also raised their hands. I agree with Africa's proposal. Even if you think about it a little bit, you can nod. But you don't have much time to think, because time does not wait for you. We're a day late. The werewolves don't know where they're going. Until then, our people live on this land. It will be dangerous. There's a bit of a weird look in my eyes. As the commander of the Blizzard City, there is nothing wrong with Zhu. Like mutants in 12 cities, do you really care about life? The death of ordinary people before fighting for the necessities of survival. They are cruel. Is this a little weird to talk about? But think about it. I also see that there are some moral elements. Even though he was unintentionally cruel, it doesn't count as a good person. But about those who have not sinned against themselves, he usually doesn't. When the enemy invades this land, and honest people, they deserve to be protected on this land. And that's what Janji wants to do. For example, for people like the Sword, the government is still hopeful that he can survive the end of the world. To keep a fire for human civilization. I can't help but shake my head laughing. Human beings are a contradictory mixture. Chu himself said, I will only give you 1 day. Look closely at this intelligence. Then we must prepare to fight. Go and punish the fucking werewolves. So now that everyone's here, I'll publish a little about the basic subgroup of the campaign. Due to the fact that the power of the lunar progenitor mutant is very strong, single actions are too risky. So 12 people are here today. Will be divided into action groups. Your mission is to support the Angel Company. Angel's squad will be in charge of the main attack. Out for convenient operation. Each team has a captain. In the absence of a superior order, all the members obey the captain's orders. You hear that? Zhang Yi raised his eyebrows. He must cooperate with the people of other powers, SAO. He glanced at the people around him. Others are also looking left and right. This action model is pretty good, because they're all mutants more powerful than humans. Let's get together, even when encountering super powerful enemies. They can also last long enough. can give the Angel Squad a chance to strike. The better. The worst outcome. You can also get 10 more information about the real thing. Moon. Chu continued. Next, we'll announce the detachment. Program pulls out a list from your pocket. The strong voice echoed. First Team Captain Zhang Yi. Browsing member Tran to Pepper Peng Lai. To watch the chapter with a smile of delight. That's admiring. Captain of this Angel Squad. He has a great reputation, but so far, I've never given up on bringing the disease into my team. The first to be mentioned is the translation. More than just being the captain. This makes it for everyone. All eyes were fixed on the translation. The translator only coughed lightly for an hour to calm the atmosphere. The party was very calm. You were the one with Zhang Yi. But Tran Pepper and Peng Glass, when you know I became a member of the campaign. His face was a little discontented. Chen thought silently. The size of my brain is not small. Based on what to let Zhang Yi manage us. Chen's stomach is a bit deep. Very quickly calmed down. But Peng Li always used a suspicious eye to restore, but staring at the translation. Everyone is a false leader in one direction. What is the point of letting Zheng manage them? The crow can feel the glass's eyes. But I don't care. He told himself. Discontent is discontent. Even if SAO in action does not obey, don't blame me for throwing you out. Next to the translation, there are already flowers and browsing is enough. Zhu himself announced the detachment of the other two groups. Second Team Captain Africa Vu. Main member Duong Nguyen Hao Lu Ngak Zuen. Third Team Captain Dance 10 Directions. Members of the Nin Royal Court ordered High Fake Crane family. Team Split List announced. The atmosphere at the scene was tense. People who are captains, most of them are in the heart, but at the same time worried that members of the public have listened to them. No, and the members is considering the capabilities of the people on the team, and there's a certain amount of suspicion. With that captain, in their own area, they are used to being CAs. I'm used to being a commander. It's fun to get someone else to lead you. But at the same time, Zhuo paid attention to another point. The list published only 12 people. But suburban mutants at the scene, there are 13 people. His eyes stopped on his throat, then quickly turned to the spirit. There is no spirit. Frowning and frowning, he doesn't believe that the headquarters could have made such a rudimentary mistake. He is the one who brought it himself. They are also judged by the headquarters to be eligible, to become a strategy. Then lower the spirit. Even if you're not a power leader, it must also have a name. Unless it's like a flower, She's also some kind of fighting charisma. The dog can feel many unusual eyes. Is heading towards me. Not satisfied with what he looked like. My husband is a man. What do you think? The whole thing is in the spirit. Don't be angry. Then he stood up, sweating and bowing. Sorry, everyone. It's so embarrassing. The spirit of our house is relatively straightforward. This word means nothing else. It's so embarrassing. This scene, make Pangloss cannot help but laugh. Put your hands on the table. That's what the lineup is. We've arranged the formation based on each person's ability. The captain was also carefully considered. I hope everyone can cooperate well. Let's complete the mission this time. He glanced at the clock. I don't know when it's past p.m. Come here today. Tomorrow afternoon at this time we are still studying here. At that time, I hope, people were able to analyze thoroughly information about the moon, then find the most profitable mode of operation. Because we're leaving in 2 days, moon bugs will not be obedient to stand in one place, waiting for us to capture. Every second, every minute that goes by, they can all create new situations. The impact of this is also sensitive. If the Jiangnam area is not handled well, not only the status of the Jiangnan area in 6 large areas will go downhill without breaking, that even it's affecting every major region in the world. The meeting is temporarily over. Zhu got up and left the meeting room. Lan Tan Than said the documents will be delivered to everyone soon. Then he pushed his gold-rimmed glasses. Follow the main Zhou away. Let God see next to you. There are others. In my mind, expand you have to handle the internal work of your team. So don't go over there and talk to him. Everyone is leaving in turn. There's only 13 suburban mutants left. The doctor was the first to stand up. He told the browser to go. About carefully studying those documents. Keep your head up. Follow Trong. As Zhang Yi passed by, ceiling pepper, slightly loose pear, beautiful piercing eyebrows. You're waiting for the police to find you. I'll say a few words. Waiting for him to come, I want to see his strength. He has somewhere better than you. By 0, Commander Zhou won't let him take over as captain. And the glass still looks alert and unclothed. Wait for him. Looks like we're going to kill him. Let him not be easily destroyed. But what they didn't expect was, Zhangji didn't even look at them. Take one and just walk out of the conference room. Ceiling Pepper and Peng Glass are all stupid. I feel like I'm trying my best. It's hitting the air. And he just disappeared. Chen Zhao is very skeptical. At such an important time, I'm going to the battlefield to fight the equally powerful pink skeptics. Just devastated Kier. That Zhangji showed an expression of no interest at all. Suddenly, there is a little anger in my heart. What does he think of this mission? What is the identity of your captain? You suddenly stand up. I told Peng that he was as surprised as I was. Go there and find him. You go follow Zhang Yi. The glass was also in a hurry to chase. Zhang Yi and Liu Guo are walking in the hallway right now, coming to the elevator. Zhang Yi's extremely calm attitude, it makes people even more angry in their hearts. But you're not a young girl. Not to the point of showing dissatisfaction on the face. From the back to a female voice. Zhang Yi, wait a moment. You don't have to turn around, you know. But out of politeness, he kept coming back. Chen Zi went in front of Zhang Yi, trying to put a smile on my face. Now we're a team working together. You are the captain. I think we should at least get to know each other a little better. Let's study the material of the moon. It is also more convenient for a large number of people to discuss. SAO. Eyebrow swelling. This quick determination of Chen Zi pepper. It's a little bit like red pepper. She also seems to be a good girl. Temperament, candid, straight. Not to give in. Widescreen pepper sealing to hands. Smiling, let me introduce myself. My name is Chen Zhao. This is Peng Lai. We're from an organization in Bijou. She looked around carefully and told Zhang Yi, you see, it is not convenient to talk here. Or we'll find somewhere to talk slowly. Is that okay, Captain? She deliberately stressed two words, Captain. Trong Yi thought silently. You look more like a captain than me. He knows Tran Pepper and Peng Lai, not making him captain. But why? This is Zhu's order. If you have the courage, go and find him. However, even though they are a bit of a winner. But Zhang Yi didn't feel any hate either. Think about how the two of them will act together in the future. As long as they're not mean, it's not that you can't have a good relationship. Just nod your head. Let's go to the crypto bar. Let's pay. Be generous in inviting guests. I can't help it. Whispered his head in his ear. We may not be. The money in the blizzard is the point of accumulation. Only the AI in the blizzard can earn it. Through labor, mission. Of course, Trong did not. He doesn't even have money to eat here. Pout your lips. Why do we have friends? The person he's talking about is, of course, a lawyer. School bar. The school was the lead investigator. It's got a lot of positive points in it. He owes a huge debt of gratitude. He borrowed his name and opened his own room for drinking. Probably not a problem. But Chen Zhao Zhao and Peng Li refused. Trong Yi's kindness. Stop drinking. Let's go to your room and talk slowly. Even as the leader of power, first time drinking with a man, you too inevitably take a little precautions. However, the offer they're making sounds misleading. Go to your room and talk slowly. Why does this sound so strange? Even the translation couldn't help it. In my mind wandering. Maybe these two people want their bodies. Peng Le saw that Zhang Yi's eyes didn't seem right. Anger is not what you think. Just now, we've got nowhere else to go. Outsiders like them, not familiar with this place. I want to find a quiet place. Being quiet to talk is not easy. He shook his head, sorry. Sorry, so decide like that. So 4 people get in the elevator together. I went to Zhang Yi's room to talk. After they left, other mutants, they also step out of the meeting room. But compare Ra. Zhang Yi's team situation is the most harmonious. Chen Zi Zhao and Peng Li went to Zhang Yi's room. Sat down in the middle of the sofa. The most comfortable. My salary hugs Long Min. Sit on sofa armrests. Ceiling Pepper and Peng Glass pull 2 chairs too. Sitting across from Zhang Yi. Crossing cup arm. The chair is higher than the sofa, so she can look down at the translation. Her eyes showed arrogance. Seems to be warning the translation. Don't make them wrong. But Zhang Yi didn't notice him thinking at all. These 2 so-called teammates are fine. There is no SAO. If you want to work with me, you have to listen. Zhang Yi just stroked the flower's fur, just smiling at them. Okay, now there are no outsiders here. Let's have a nice talk. Chen Zhao Zhao spoke first. Because this is the group by the total divisor, we should follow the rules. Everyone in my heart understands that the power of lunar mutants is very strong, even more than us. So we have to work together. They can ensure survival on the battlefield, and completed the task successfully. Then at least we have to know each other's abilities. This way it can be convenient for future cooperation. Pepper's ceiling with 2 arms. So I hope people can tell me what they're capable of. Of course, if you agree to show up. We can talk about our abilities. How to. Salary Review glanced at the translation chapter. Wait for him to make a decision. The translation just smiled pale. You can nod without hesitation. I think this offer is pretty good. Even if you say, He won't reveal it all either. All of my information. He knows that. Pepper ceiling and Peng glass. You don't have to say it all. Chen Zhao Zhao smiled like that. I will introduce myself first. She puts her hand on her chest. My ability is fake ice. It's an enhanced system mutant, because we've learned 15 Brazilian combat dances. So when we fight, I'm very good at using French. She pointed her hand to the glass next to her. Peng's ability as a priest is to mutate the ejection system. You can know the name. Her capacity is more supportive. Can help people significantly increase their basic fitness and heal the wounds. If not mortally injured, she can heal quickly. That's why I look at the glass. So these two are a combination. A powerful enhanced melee fighter with a nurse. It's the perfect combination. The capacity of the cup, it's like a weaker version of the Legion. The sky in Chu Kai Ni. In the heart of knowing that they're hiding something. The most obvious is Chen's ability. Masquerade tape ba. This word doesn't appear in the title. About her abilities. He smiled softly, and it was our turn. A Trong duck. It's a special system mutant that possesses space system capabilities. The name of the power of the space. We can open up the hyperspace for storage and defense. At the same time, to use the space gate to move through space. After the chapter is done talking about his abilities, the face of Tran Tu Pepper and Peng Lai, everything becomes serious. Space system capabilities. Space system capabilities are extremely rare because its full capability is so powerful. It can only be passed down in legend. So far, except for the flu. I only see people. Kier's space system in a blizzard never showed his face. And there's a female mutant, capable of penetrating the walls of the Tay Sun base. He was killed very early. Chen Zhao said in a whisper, I understand now. Why did you let him be the captain? Delta level space system mutant. It's just incredible. At first, I have a little bit of an opinion on the captain's campaign. But now, the two of them have come to understand. Zhang Yi laughed and said, my ability seems to be preferred, doesn't it? It's not obvious. Pepper Chen shrugged his shoulders. You don't understand. How useful is this kind of power right now? Pouching glasses. That's right. People don't know for themselves. How good is what we have? In times of frost and snow, like now. Even if the space system's capabilities are only used to support only its convenience. It also makes all the other mutants to covet. The translation is familiar, so I can't see anything. But others are jealous. Chen Zhao Zhao looked at Trong Yi sitting on the floor and said, so what's your way of fighting? They can't even tell us everything. You've saved too much. Chapter Pale Smile. Our method of attack is very simple. Is a gun. Chen Zhao Zhao and Peng Li were suspicious. With high-level mutants, guns don't usually work. Trong said, the power of our space system can help us support shooting, increased range and damage. Even in the face of mutants, it can also cause some damage. Except for the mutants of the hyperplasia and the mammals, has an extremely high defensive capacity. The rest is that we can all do certain damage. The lake now. Trong still holds in his hand a large number of projectiles, and the bullet. The ceiling nodded. Then her face showed a happy smile. Then we're so lucky. I can be on the team with you. The glass next to me was curious before blinking at why. Chen Zi Zhao calmly explained, there's a space mutant on the team. Then logistics won't be a problem. That means we can fight outside. For a long time. More from the introduction of Trong Yip. It's not hard to recognize he's a counter-defense mutant. He's better at defending than attacking. It's safer if we follow him. The glass nods. Her eyes also became softer. Many. That's what Ra is. In contact with the two of them, Zhanji gradually understood part of their personality. At first glance, Chen Zi, it's like being the leader of the team. I like to take the initiative. But luckily, she's smart. The logic is relatively clear. The program likes to interact with smart people. Salary Review Translation, Chapter Thieu. This is the salary. She's a mutant, a martial arts master. The rest is, there doesn't seem to be anything more worth recommending. Smile and look at the words. The power of browsing is actually quite simple. It's the most common type of power amplification. But you yourself, he has too strong a fighting ability. You can even say, even if she doesn't have the ability, it's only by my own strength. You can also fight level to beta mutants. The translation thought, someone with such a genius. Once we've got a melee advantage, it is completely possible to kill the enemy. Swallows a gulp of saliva. He has to be good with it later. He always does not regret the work to pull close relationships with browsing. The glass and the pepper ceiling didn't react too loudly. Just nod to browsing. For them, mutants are enhanced. It's nothing too special. They also can't understand. What is a martial arts master's concept? Suddenly, Chen pointed to his hand, and the flower is lying on her swollen knee. Then what about it? Don't you tell me. This is just a pet. There are no pets. can withstand extremely low temperatures. It's below minus 60 degrees. You're not the same type of person. Don't forget to take your pets out. In this important moment. She laughed, and her observation was very good. That's right. My cat is not a normal cat. The glass asked. Maybe it's the cat in King Dewey Sao's poem. I see people's strange eyes. You can't be kidding. Chen Zhao Zhao hurriedly explained with the translation and draws her personality as always. Don't let your stomach. No Sao. The flower is a mutant creature. If in the way that we divide the levels of human aptitude, it's also delta level. Flowers can evolve by swallowing. The original version of the mutant is obviously in line with the standard of delta grade. Chen Zizhao stared at the flower. There was excitement in his eyes. That's good. So our team is equivalent too. There are 5 delta level strategies. There's also a rare space system mutant. This time, it's likely that we'll get mission points. Higher than other teams. The glass also laughed. Then, do we have a chance to capture the city of Linhai? Chen Zhao nodded. That's right. Zhang Yi just laughed without saying anything. Chen Zhao Zhao was impatient to tell Zhang Yi. Let's take a look at those documents again. Everyone to discuss. Contribute together. It would be better than watching it alone. Okay, let's see. He held a glass of water to drink. But when you touched the cup with your hand, he found out the water was cold. He took a glass of water from his hand. Go to the heater to pour a glass of hot water back. Trong Yi laughed at the ceiling and Peng Lai. Slowly speak up. Should we talk nicely? Cooperation between members of the previous group. No. He's got 2 hands open. I mean, I hope you can understand Cho. If you are a member of the same group, when you act, you must obey my orders. Chen Zhao thought silently. Since we met, we've always taken the initiative. And he's not trapped. The translation does not object. Just laugh at her pace. It's not that he's stupid, just because he doesn't have a stomach. For him, this so-called squad isn't that important. Because until now, Zhu and others are still unknown. His real power. To the end. Voice issues in the team. It's still a topic that can't be ignored. Chen Zi spent money wanting to create a rhythm alone. Become the leader of the team. Let Zhang Yi be just a nominal captain. But obviously, Zhang Yi will not easily listen to like that. Tran Pepper spoke up. Your power is rare and powerful. If you are the captain, we will respect your opinion. But if in the course of the mission you make inappropriate decisions, we also have the right to correct you. It doesn't sound like a problem at first. We listen to your words, but you're not right. We will also correct you according to our will. The power is still in their hands. Frankly, they're not convinced. Chung Yip's leadership uniform as a captain. Zhang Yi said, "Then we don't have to act together." He held both hands up until then. You two are free to act. It doesn't have to be with us. According to the squad, we salary approval and just missing one person compared to the regular squad only. He looked at the next door and stroked the sleeping flower on her lap. More. We ourselves are a well-coordinated team. They will also obey my orders. So there's two more. It's nothing without you two. Disagree with the plot. You think so too, don't you? The glass looked at Zhang Yi in shock and cried out, "Are you serious?" The pepper ceiling flashed up in surprise. This task is extremely difficult. The 10 previous action teams were all wiped out. Only when united, we can increase the survival rate. We've got the best chance of completing the mission. If you separate like that, it's not good for any of us. To speak freely, but you don't admit I'm the captain. People's hearts are not harmonious. Together just entangled each other's feet. What does it mean? Chen Zhao Zhao explained, the time we spent together was too short. It wasn't easy to get along. If there are more people, that can guarantee an enhanced survival rate. Salary is not free from laughter. She pity-glanced at the ceiling pepper and Peng glass. In my mind, do you know who you're talking to? The translation is now super player, especially with his great defense. Everyone who sees must curse. Delta upgrade fork. It's 10 times stronger than attack. Even the frisbee upgrade pressed the legendary cylinder. You also have to be stunned. So Zhang Yi said it's okay. It is also possible to act together. But if there's a disagreement, you can act on your own. Don't worry about us. Ceiling Pepper cannot control anymore. Is an elite team leader. She thinks that Zhang's way of doing things is too childish. This is not a joke. This is a life and death crisis. You can't be angry with us. That puts everyone in danger. Psi chapter. I can only tell you that the power of my destiny, it can make us and our people absolutely alive on this mission. According to you, we have an obligation to protect those who do not obey my orders. Action or not, Zhang Yi's words were very straightforward. If they still don't understand, I will not waste words with them anymore. Tran Tu Pepper uttered. You say? You can absolutely guarantee yourself and they will survive. She held her chin in one hand and started thinking. I get it. It turns out that's it. The glass whispered, What do you understand? This is the advantage of space system capability. He didn't mention it before. He can move through space. It means that if anything goes wrong, you run away. With the rarity of the space system, as long as he wants to hide, then basically no one can kill him. Maybe the enemy has such an ability, but with the Angel team drawing the fire front, the police can't go after him with all their might. If so, he's not invincible. Peng glanced at Zhang Yi with strange eyes. The small voice is cowardly. Straightforward ask, Did I hear anything? Smiling with him. I mean it. I am so helpless with this woman. After taking it seriously, Chen Zi Zhao has made a decision. Okay? In the process of the next task, we will act according to your orders. But if your orders are unreasonable, we're going our own way. How does everyone go one way? The program nods, so that's the deal.